Hi everyone and welcome back to my kitchen. Today we are going to be making Queso Fundido. It's a great recipe that's super cheesy, a little spicy. I have friends who beg me to make this all the time for them, begging me for the recipe. So guys, this one is for you. I first really kind of came about this dish when I was working at a taco house I absolutely loved it. Really started kind of playing with it on my own, really kind of made it my own dish. And so now I want to share it with you guys. So we're going to start with some of the basics of what we need. We're going to have some poblano peppers that we're going to roast off, a white onion. We're going to use some sharp white cheddar, garlic, Mexican oregano, smoked paprika, a little bit of crema, a really good amount of Chihuahua cheese, and then I have some chorizo that I already cooked down. So our first step is we're going to roast our poblanos. So I'm gonna go ahead, stick these in the broiler, and then I'll show you what happens when they come out. Now, you can also, if you want, do these on the grill, or if you have a gas stove top, you can do them just directly on the gas stove top. I have electric, so I'm gonna go with the broiler today. All right, so now we have our poblanos are done. You can see they're nice and roasted all the way around. You gotta make sure that you flip them. You wanna get them dark enough that that skin is gonna peel off, but not so charred that it takes everything with it. So we're just gonna go ahead and put these into a bowl. And then I'm gonna cover these up in some saran wrap. We're gonna let these steam off while we cook down our onions. So we got these guys in there. You can see it's already starting to steam up inside. So we're gonna let these guys go. This is gonna make sure they're cooked nice and soft throughout. And then once they're ready, we'll show you the next step with these guys. All right, so now while our poblanos are resting, we're gonna go ahead and get our onions and garlic started. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a large skillet here. I'm gonna put a pretty healthy amount of rice bran oil, but you have any other neutral oil will work just fine. I'm gonna start off, I'm gonna take our onions in here, and then we're gonna do our garlic. I'm gonna give these guys a nice little quick toss, just so we can get the oil throughout. Now I'm gonna take my spices here. We got a little bit of Mexican oregano, and our smoked paprika. Put this on here. We're gonna give this a little more toss, gonna get everything mixed up. And now we're gonna let these guys cook down. The idea is we wanna get the onions to be translucent with a little bit of color on them. And then we will go from there with our poblanos and add in everything else. All right, so now our onions are almost done and our poblanos here are nicely going here. So what I'm gonna do is the easiest way to clean these guys. So we're just gonna take some water. I'm gonna pour a little bit of water in here. What this is gonna do is it's gonna cool them off a little bit so you can touch them all right, but it's also gonna just make peeling the skin off super easy. We're gonna start, we're gonna pull out the stem. Good amount of the seeds are gonna come with it. And then you can tell if you've really roasted them right is because it should practically peel itself. You can just see how that skin is falling off. I don't have to really force it. Get those guys all off. And give it one more rinse. Go ahead and just kind of peel it open a little bit. Make sure we get those seeds out of there. Kind of dry it off, put it out on my cutting board. We're gonna do it again real quick with this one. Again, you can just see how that skin just wants to peel right off. Not having to force anything, not tearing it. Just let the poblano do the work for you. Okay, got our skin off there. Okay, we're gonna rinse our seeds. On there that are wanting to stick. All right. And now just gonna take these guys, you can stack them right on top of each other. And what we wanna do is just cut these into thin slices. They're not super thin, but you know. All right, so now we're gonna take these guys over to our onions, throw them in there, and then we can get this first step completed. Okay, so now you can see our onions are almost done. We got some decent color on them. They're nice and translucent. So I'm just gonna take our poblanos that we just finished, throw them right in top here. Kind of mix them in. Idea here is we just want to keep these guys back up. We're getting ready to put in our cheddar cheese. Okay. Go ahead and add in my cheese now. It shouldn't take long. We just want this now for the cheese to melt. And then I'm going to put this onto a sheet tray. I have it with a sill pad on it, just so it makes the cleanup easier, because we're going to take this and we're going to cool it down. Okay, so now our cheese is all melty. Take it over here. Dump everything out on the sill pad. We're going to spread this out as thin as we can so that way it cools off pretty quickly. Now you can actually do this up to this step like a day in advance, or, you know, at least like a good hour or two before you want to eat. So now I'm going to take this, I'm just going to go ahead and stick it in the freezer for now so we can cool it off pretty quickly. All right, so now we have let our onions and poblanos cool back down. I've transferred them into a bowl, and I'm gonna go ahead and add that crema now. We're just gonna go ahead and stir this up. I promise you we're about ready to get to the good part. Okay, we have that all mixed up nice and well. So now I'm gonna go ahead, and I have a 10-inch cast iron pan here. I'm gonna start with our chorizo. Like I said, this is already chorizo I've cooked down. I'm gonna pour this in. I'm just gonna spread it nice and thin. Just get it as evenly covered as possible in here. And then I'm gonna take half of my Chihuahua cheese. I'm gonna pour this in. And again, I'm just gonna evenly cover as much as I can. Okay, so now we have that covered. Now I'm gonna take this part and I'm actually gonna put it into the broiler. And you just wanna get this cheese nice and melty and warm that chorizo up just a little bit. All right, so now as you can see, our cheese is nice and melty. It has a little bit of browning to it, which is nice. So now we're gonna take that poblano and onion mixture that we've been working so hard on. We're just gonna go ahead and dump it right in here. And please be very careful when you're doing this because this pan is gonna be very hot. I'm just gonna, again, spread this out. Nice and even. Okay, I'm going to take that last half of my cheese, sprinkle it on, and again, we're just going to even this out throughout. Now we're gonna go ahead and put this back in, and then we're gonna let this cheese melt, and then we wanna get a good, nice brown crust on it. All right, our Queso Fundido is finished. You can see we have that nice crust over here. Now, best way to serve this, you can scoop it up with some chips. You can wrap it up into a corn tortilla. You can make quesadillas with it. But just go ahead and take a quick look at this. We're gonna go ahead and break into this happiness here. You see all that ooey gooey mess. It's just so delicious. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. If you have any suggestions on any recipes you'd like to see, please feel free to leave me a comment. Go ahead and like this video. You can also find me on Instagram at @JRousey and use the hashtag Joe'sCovidKitchen. Thank you all and have a great day.